Yeah, Mr. Undertale himself actually composed a fair amount of music for this, which was more than a little surprising, for me. He composed music in Sword and Shield as well. Nintendo just was like, hey, you made a pretty good game. Do you want to, like, you know, make more? And Toby was like, yeah. I think Sakurai made a comment about that he and Toby Fox played Super Smash Bros. Together. I'm sure I've talked about this on stream before. But Toby Fox obviously allowed his Sans character as a costume in Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then he was like, yo, Sakurai, can I also put in Megalovania? And Sakurai was like, well, we don't really do that for costumes. And Toby was like, yeah, but I made Undertale. And Sakurai, the lead developer for, I guess, designer for Super Smash Bros. And Kirby, was like, yeah, all right, man, that's cool. But first we have to play a game of Smash Bros. Together. And then Toby was like, all right, lit. So they played Smash Bros. And then Sakurai was like, all right, yeah, let's get a remix of Megalovania in Smash Bros. And then I guess Nintendo was like, yo, we're all buddy-buddy with this kid now. Let's just have you make all the Pokemon music. Dude's a legend. So, we of course have Nico here, our boy. Praline, the one that I can't say. Quackers, Dwayne, Arsalt, and Uglu. Our crack team of Pokemon right now. Look at that. The immediate name something right off the bat. Yona. Name the next Pokemon Nico. Okay. We're naming another one Nico. Sounds good to me. You want to look at my phone to check my browsing history? Alright, I don't know how I feel about that. Your past. You once lived in... Oh! Technically, all three of them. We've played all of these games, actually. I guess our most recent one, though, was Hisui. Previous life, you once tread the grounds of Hisui. We did do that. We had another phone. Pokemon are really on the phone game recently. Hisui region an odd... wait, where's Hisui? That's in the past. We were time traveling back in the day. We were helping Poke-Jesus. I mean, fashion... Oh, what? No way! The Arc phone case. Oh, you're kidding. Oh my gosh, yeah, give me all the past... Oh, you guys didn't tell me I could get, like, legendary phone cases. The Ball Guy case. Let's go, Ball Guy. Oh. I know. I look at... Oh, God, guys, we have to do Ball Guy. Ball Guy is the best Pokemon. Do we have a visitor? Styles, did you hear the spiel that we were doing? There he is. Look at that. Front and center. Hi. I know. What's going on? Did you get a little lonely? You get a little bored outside? You wanted to come see where the action was? No. If you get a toy, I can play with you, but I'm not going to play with you with my wrist. That's not okay. Yeah, there he is. Is Styles sub? Styles doesn't need the sub. He has, VIP treatment. You will have an emote soon, buddy. Your very own emote on the channel. Well, no, that's okay. I mean, that's not really a toy, but, you know, that's fine. If you're here to sign up, we'll get to you next. We've already got this one in the bag. This feels like a cult already. This doesn't feel like something you just ask people. Was Team Flare even evil? Weren't they just like, beauty is grace, and if you don't believe in beauty, we'll burn your house down with literal fire? I guess that's like, it's probably not good, but is it evil? Trades held items to the target faster than the icon fell. That is good in competitive Pokemon, but we don't play that, so let's get rid of Switcheroo. Pero bueno! What do you think you're doing? Nemona's back again. She smelled battle from a mile away. The student council dweeb. Not really what I'd call Nemona, but you don't have to go find randos to battle. You'll have all the battles you'll ever... She gives me, do you guys remember that meme from, like, 2011? What was it called? The overly attached girlfriend one, where she had, like, the really psycho smile and eyes. She gives me very serial killer vibes. The thought of them giving you money after that interaction is so funny to me. Oh, I can't believe I lost. Gotta work my way up the ranks. Here, take $400. It's fair. Yeah, Nemona's awesome so far. Oh, man. No, I think we have to change book. Can we change while they're Terrastalize? I'm sure. Send out Ogu again. You could use a potion. Jules, look, alright? We don't use items here, okay? This is This is an all or nothing run. You think Nico is just gonna get good overnight when we force feed him baby potions? No. The only way he knows is if he's gonna lick his wounds and never faint, I think. No items. Exactly. Hasta la Vistar! Oh, I get it. I didn't get it before, Quartz. I get it now. Hasta la Vistar. That is pretty bad. Stream Subway. Subway Surfers. What, the #2 iOS game in 2012? Subway Surfers. The one realm I have not even wanted to delve into is getting my phone hooked up to the stream. Stream Temple Run. Okay, guys, get out of here. I was talking to one of my students, because I teach online courses, and they were telling me that they were playing a game called Brawl Stars. And I remember it rang a bell, because I'd seen ads for it, and it was by the company Supercell. So I asked my student, and I was like, yeah, okay, Supercell, you know, so they make Clash of Clans. And they were like, Clash of Clans? And I was like, oh, yeah, like, that was popular. And then I thought about it for a second, and I was like, 12 years ago, maybe? Were you born? And he was like, oh, like, barely. And I was like, oh my god. I was trying to remember the early days of iOS gaming when we were all in school. And I remember playing Clash of Clans first on the iPod Touch and then on the iPhone. And this kid had barely been born yet when that was the thing, and I was just shocked. I was shocked at how long it had actually been. She's such a snitch. I think that's fine. I think she's allowed to snitch when she's the president, and we helped a girl from being indoctrinated into a cult. I think that's okay. Look, if you were going to a... Is this a public or private school? If you were going to a public school, and there were people dressed in a uniform, doesn't matter what it is, outside, and they're telling you as you come up, hey, kid, do you want to join our cult? You can shine so much brighter if you become one of us. We're not going to tell you any of our tenets. This is just what we're going to believe in. I'm fairly certain that she was well within her right to come down and basically say, you guys need to stop harassing this person or I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Also, I'm going to tell the school president because you shouldn't be on public school grounds or private school. Was it the school uniform? Okay, maybe it was the school uniform. Maybe the cult would have been good for her. I mean, maybe. Yes, it's their choice, but still, you don't want to be forcibly indoctrinated. I think I must have told this story before. I have a very quick allegory about this. They did have fancy helmets and glasses. So, while I was at college, I went to college in the Northeast, as I think all of you here know. But just for you VOD goblins, I went to college in the Northeast, and I went to a private college, and one time, I was walking up to campus. I was by myself, but it was the middle of the day, and I was walking through sort of the main intersection that we had where cars went by, and there was someone standing on the corner, and he stops me, and I can see that he has, like, pamphlets or something in his hand. He says, oh, you know, my brother, you know, have you heard the word of the mother god, is what he said. Now, I took a second, and honestly, it took me more by surprise that this was just such a, like, a casual affrontation, but I guess, I mean, you have to be that sort of willing to approach strangers when you're in that business. But I still kind of turned to him, and I was like, oh no, that's okay, I'm good. And he didn't sort of block my way, but he kind of, like, held out the pamphlet in front of my face, and he was like, well, like, just take a second, like, you wouldn't want to be known as a sinner, right? And I was like, I mean, I guess not. That sounds bad. Why? And he was like, okay, well, then I'm sure, you know, you've been to mass and all this, and you know all the stories about Jesus, but I'm sure you've been told the ultimate lie. And at this point, I was more intrigued than anything else. And I was like, okay, you know, I wasn't exactly late for class, but I really didn't want to stick around. And I was like, all right, dude, I guess I've been told a lie. And he was like, it's that God is not male, but female. Why was it that Mary gave birth to Jesus? And I was like, well, because dudes can't give birth? And he was like, exactly. So now why would that make God a male? And I was like, all right, hold on a minute. I'm not sure I follow that logic that you're putting down, but I do understand biology. Like, we can connect on that. But then, so I started to pull away because I was like, okay, he's reached his spiel. Like, I've given him my time now, and I don't really need to stick around. He goes, well, you know, why don't you come down to one of our meetings, and we can, you know, we can discuss it further, and we can tell you the truth. And I said, oh, no, you know, that's okay. That's not really my thing. He's like, we have a practice, you know, just down the road, whatever. And I was like, okay, well, this is like borderline stranger danger now, despite me being an adult. And I was like, no, like, that's fine. And he goes, okay, well, can I at least have your phone number so I can put you on this list for when we call people to these seminars? And I was like, no. But what I said, because it's me, I was like, no, sir, I'm not comfortable giving out my phone number to someone that I just met. And now, this guy, you know, I'm gonna give it to him. He was quick on his feet. I don't know if he'd heard this before, or he was just like, okay, how can I out-logic this guy? Because he was like, all right, you know what? You don't have to give me your phone number. I'm gonna give you my phone number. And I was like, okay, that was a 180. So he was like, just pull out your phone. I'll put my phone number in it. And then you can call me? And I was like, what? I was so confused, and I was like, okay, sure, fine. I'm not going to call this man, but if it makes you leave right now, go ahead. I took my phone. Now, the issue, and I really wish I could close this story off with a bang, it was that year that my phone broke, and I couldn't repair my SIM card, so I had to get all my new contacts. Otherwise, I would still have this guy's number in my phone. But unfortunately, I lost it shortly after that year. And no, I didn't give him a call. But that was my run-in with a religious, I don't know, affiliate that was trying to indoctrinate people on campus. And I told people the story afterwards, and other people had run into them. I'm sure Nico remembers there was the vegetarian group that was on campus as well that was trying to preach the whole vegetarian story as well. It was just wild. This guy was pulling out logic left, right, and center. He's like, well, just think about it. Like, dudes can't give birth. And I was like, you're speaking the truth. They cannot give birth yet. I mean, science is getting kind of far. And he was like, so it only makes sense that God had to give birth to Jesus through Mary, which makes God a woman. And I was like, you know, write that down. Sure, if that's what you want to believe, then, like, cool. But you understand that when a man and woman love each other, he's like, no, all women. And I was like, okay, all women. Oh, God. Anthro Lab has a real human skeleton we didn't know was... Whoa, that's kind of metal, I'll be honest. Or is it calcium? Get it, with bones and calcium. Okay. Oh, he looks fun. We have some exciting news. Who wants to hear it? I want to hear the news. God's a woman! Sorry. I suppose I should have told you sooner, but we have a new little friend joining our happy homeroom as of today. Look at everyone moving in like 5 frames a second back there. Look at the slideshow kid. Oh my gosh. Could I trouble you for a few words introducing yourself? Right. Sure. I'm Nick. Did you hear that? He seems super friendly and fun just by his name. That's fair, and I like indoctrinating people into my own cult. Everyone's eager to get to know you. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is cool. Hey, me, can I ask a question in my slideshow glory? Look, my hand is up. Can you tell? What's your favorite thing about Pokemon? Battling, collecting, playing, or everything? Probably collecting. Jules knows how big my, Pokemon Pokecard binder is. Oh, actually, do you guys want me to out myself right now? Is this of interest to literally anyone? This thing was my Pokemon card collection when I was, I don't know when I started this. I must have been like 6. Lots and lots of cards. I think, Nico, you had a Mew, right? Or an original Charizard. I never had that. Oh, explore the campus on your own. All right. Where do the cool kids sell drugs after class? That's where we're going first. Whole school seems to be talking about you, the new kid who showed up with the president of student council doing a shit ton of meth. I normally wouldn't even bother showing up for class, but I came You're a student? Surely this man is not a student. The fact is, I'm all about that picnic life. The great outdoors, perfectly prepared sandwiches. Okay, you know what? I harshly misjudged this man. If this guy's a sandwich guy, I'm all about him. Not half bad at cooking either, I can tell you. I'm researching new recipes. Let's go, Arvin. This is what I'm here. This is why we play Pokemon. Screw catching Pikachu for the umpteenth time. I'm gonna make some goddamn sandwiches. It's a total of 5 different types of... Oh my gosh, yes, the infinity herbs. Just taking a little lick of them once they've been powdered. Oh, I see what this is. I wanted to find those Drogos, and I found where they are. Okay. Alright. Just taking a little lick of them once they've been powdered gets your blood flowing. I see. Prevents aging. Ah, that's interesting. And boosts the immune system. One of those is not like the other. These herbs may seem like they're the real deal. Only found in Paldea and here to boot. Ah, yes. Sweet cocaine. Cocaine. But this book says they're all guarded by Titan Pokemon. What is Pokemon anymore? None of these words have been in Pokemon sentences up until this point. Monsters of Area Zero. Again, those are words, game, that you put in a string together. Automod would block you for saying that. Let's do a bit, and we can get more into the details later. In the meantime, take this. A little gift for listening and all. Yo, a bag of drugs just for listening to what this guy had to say is a pretty good deal. Alright, does that person... That's not hair, right? That is hair. That is actually hair. Okay. Alright, my other main question, right? We all have Rotom phones. Does that mean each of our phones, like in the entire Pokemon universe, has a Rotom inside of it? Or did we use technology we learned from Rotom to make anthropomorphic phones? Because if it's the first one, that is a lot of Rotom slavery that I, now thinking about, don't know if I agree with.